right, HTV fans, it is fight week, Garcia versus Tego. It is an exciting week for all of us who love boxing, and especially Ghanaians. Well, we can't let this go without talking about the fight, because it means a lot to Ghanaians. It means a lot to Tego and also Garcia as well. But today, I'm not going to do the talking alone. We have to talk to somebody about it. And this man, if for most people that love boxing in general, especially Ghanaian boxing, this guy I have here needs no introduction. He's a big boxing fanatic, a boxing enthusiast. He knows all the ins and outs about boxing, and he has a big following on social media. He's by name, everybody knows him by K-Box TV, but his name is Kofi Basie. I want to introduce you to Kofi. Kofi, welcome to HTV Fight Week, Garcia Tego.
Hey, thank you very much, Doctor. I am very, very glad and very happy to be on your platform. And on behalf of all of us at K-Box TV, we say thank you for having us on your show.
No problem. We are going to go straight to it. I know that we don't have a lot of time, just a couple of days before the fight. I just want to get your opinion on when you first heard about Garcia and Tego. What was your reaction?
I was like, wow, this is the perfect time for Emmanuel Tagoe to announce, his or make his presence in the US felt, because we all know Emmanuel Tagoe, what he's done in Ghana. We've watched him many, many times at the Bukom Boxing Arena and other places in Ghana. So when I saw the announcement, I was like, wow, man, this is the very opportunity or the best opportunity for Game Boy to really show the US fans that, hey, you know what, I might be nobody, or you might not know who I am, but I can really shock the world. And this is the fight that I think he can use to really make that statement in the USA.
I definitely through. I agree with you. When you listen to a lot of the commentaries and podcasts, a lot of people look at Tego as an underrated or no-rated boxer, but we Ghanaians, he means a lot to us. Now,
I agree.
How long have you known Tego for?
Since I've followed boxing in Ghana, I would say I've watched him about 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago, because I've been following him and I've been going to some of his fights also in Ghana. So yeah, when he was being handled by the current GBA president, I knew him. Before he switched hands to the Baby Jets, I knew him too as well, because I also went to watch some of his fights. And before he eventually switched to Peter Khan in the US. In fact, when Peter Khan was in Ghana to watch his fight, I was also there. And then before he took him to the States, so I've been following his journey from when, if I say the current GBA, I mean Nipwe, I know when he was handling him before. I saw him on shows, including box office promotions, because he used to fight on those platforms as well before Baby Jet Promotions came in, pumped in the money, brought him the IBU title where he competed and then he won. So I have been following his journey for quite a long time.
So you do know Emmanuel Tagoe very well.
I do know him very well,
which makes this conversation an easy one. Some of us don't know him as well as you do, but we have been following within the last few years. Now, I read a couple of days ago that Ima is fighting at the catchweight. Usually he fights at 135, and but now he has to do it at 139. What did you hear about this whole changing?
I mean, weight? for him moving up to or this catchweight thing, somehow I won't lie, I'm excited about it, because there were some fights of Game Boy when he was competing in Ghana. If I'm not wrong, I mean, he fought one fighter in Ghana, I think a Namibian, and he was struggling to do the weight. So even when he came to the ring, he said, I remember his words correctly, weight anything, she in boy modeling. So when I saw that
What does
when I
that mean,
read
by
that,
the way?
it means that he struggled to make that particular weight.
Okay.
You know, he struggled to make that, and it was still lightweight. We were expecting him to be able to be comfortable in it, but then he said something that on that particular fight he won. He won, but after the fight, the post-fight interview with Nathaniel Atto, he mentioned that he struggled a little bit with the weight. You know, but God's grace, his handlers were able to be able to help him get in shape and ready for the fight. So when I read this one, I know he's fit and ready because he's been getting ready in Ghana with Carl Loco at the Bukom Boxing Arena. Even before the announcement came, he was already training and very fit. And the one thing I was very happy about is that when the announcement came, he made a switch to the US very quickly to make him, prepare for the fight. And these are the things that you really want to see. Usually when Ghanaians get fight or our African brothers have fight somewhere, you wait or they wait. I can't say they wait. I'll say the promoters wait for them to, for them to stay in their country, and then maybe a week to the fight, or let's say 2 days to the fight, they fly them to the countries. But in this case, it wasn't like that. He went to a Sweatboxing gym, early to get himself ready, get the proper sparring. He had guys like Zayas in the gym who were helping him spar, to help him get a condition that he needs. And if you look at that Sweatboxing gym, they have a lot of fantastic fighters in there. Even some of the female fighters in the world, they fight there. World champions, including Kambosos. He didn't train with Kambosos though, but at least you can have an idea of the kind of fighters or that are in the Sweatboxing gym over there. So they helped him prepare very well. And these are the things that you talk about that you really want to see. So I say the move to a catchweight, or the fight happening at the catchweight, I think I'm happy about it. Then it means Tego naturally is a little bit bigger than lightweight, So, and when there are fights like this, boxers usually want to fight and get themselves into the weight, But with this one, he can comfortably be within the catchweight that they're going to fight, and then be able to make it happen. So yeah, I think it's good for him.
And I also think that 135 is pretty stacked.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to stay at 139. He's probably going to go back to 135. But if he's able to do this, and maybe, who knows, he may want to stay there. But you make a point
but he said something in I don't know if you check the DAZN show that he did. He said after this fight, they asked him if he's going to stay or he's going to go down. He said he's going to stay there.
Oh,
he's going to go back to 135. Sorry.
Okay.
He's going to go back to 135 because I think the guy asked him between Kambosos and himself, who does he see becoming a champion? And he kept saying him because he feels like he's the best fighter in the world, which is what we all know. So we hope he's able to demonstrate it and prove himself on Fight Night.
It's a tall order, I should say, because we know the kind of people that are that weight. But this is boxing; anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kambosos surprised everyone.
Exactly.
His last fight, and took all the belts. So who knows? But you brought up a point when you were discussing how he was able to come to the US quick. I think one of the good things about for him was that he was already in the US. So I'm sure for him it was just taking a flight and coming in and doing what he needs to do, compared to some of our boxers who reside in Ghana or Africa. And so sometimes it's just a week or so, but that really has helped him. He's getting very conditioned and getting his training in order.
Right.
But if you were Ima and you knowing him, what do you think should be his mindset going in?
I think his mindset should be that to go for the kill. That is what I would put in his mind if I were to be in his corner, because we cannot agree that Ryan Garcia is not an easy opponent for him to go for the kill. But somebody who's been out of the ring for a long time, he's been out of the ring for a long time. He's had issues with Eddie Reynoso, as in leaving his camp, switching trainers at the very last. These are things that people will go like, oh, he's already a good fighter. But these are things that usually psychologically affect fighters. That's why when you listen to some of the interviews, you ask him, how has this affected you? But he kept saying that, oh, it's no problem, he got another trainer which has been able to get him in form and in shape for the fight. But if the interviewer has no doesn't or feels like some of these things that has happened in the past might let me say it this way. If the interview had not had experience, or have not seen experience with fighters who have changed or switched trainers and lost or lose, he wouldn't have asked that particular question. So it means it does have an effect. When you switch trainers, especially coming to fight a boxer like Game Boy, who is very tricky. Game Boy.
That's why he has the name Game Boy, right?
Yeah, he's a very tricky fighter. You can't predict his style on the night. I've watched Game Boy many, many times at the Buko Boxing Arena, and I can't pinpoint to say that this is Game Boy style. Sometimes he goes in wild, sometimes he's very defensive, sometimes he just keeps moving like this. So Game Boy is not an easy opponent. I mean, just so we know, we all understand who Garcia is coming to fight. It's not like somebody that you can go like, this is his style, so I can fight him. No, it's very tricky. He's a very tricky fighter.
And Game Boy said he's bringing the Ghanaian pepe.
Yeah, so, and I felt that is one of the best promo in boxing, like in recent times. Let's not downplay, what he did. Yes, he doesn't speak very good English, but at least he was able to say something that got people talking on Twitter. Because I was following the interaction, I was like, somebody's like, what the F? Yes, he put Ghana on the map. Maybe he didn't.
But Kofi, he did explain it further in their media workout that sometimes when you are about to eat pepper, you don't know how spicy it is, and he gives the impression that Ghana pepper, you may think that
spicy.
Exactly. So you may think that you can take it, just like Ryan is coming thinking that he's just going to take him down, but he's going to surprise him with how spicy it is. So I think that analogy was not out of place at all. But we have been talking enough about Tego because we are Ghanaians and we know him very well. Let's talk a little bit about Garcia. A lot of boxing actually, when you read or follow pages and groups, they look at him as a protected, overhyped boxer who hasn't really fought a strong opponent. People refer to him as the social media boxer because he's always on social media, and we'll talk about the marketing aspect of Garcia. But how do you feel about him as a boxer?
Garcia is a very good boxer. Let me just summarize it like that. That is a very good boxer. Unfortunately, we've not seen him, in big fights. But the test that was presented to him, he was able to knock his opponent out. Yes, we all saw that Garcia is vulnerable, like all the fighters that are or he's vulnerable like any other boxer in the world. Because when Luke Campbell got him on a proper chin, he went down. So we all realized that he's not invisible, or there's nothing special about this guy. He can go down, and he can and the fact that he was able to go down to secure that knockout against Luke Campbell is something we should also give him credit for. It's also because some people might not get up on their feet and be able to deliver the spectacular knockout that he was able to deliver on the night. So King Ryan, like they say, is a very good boxer. He's very. I think you both of us know he has speed. He's very fast, and his left hook. I mean, nobody's invisible. If the left hook lands properly at some of the good places on your body, and you are not properly conditioned, you might go down. Yes, he's hyped because he is in US. Of course. I mean,
what do you mean by he's in the US? I mean, Tyson Fury is not in the US, but he's also a good well-known boxer.
Yeah, but then if Tyson Fury made a switch, or let me say he came to the USA, and this popularity has skyrocketed, I feel like the game is in the US and then in UK. But even they, as UK fighters, they always want to fight, in the US. Let's take Anthony Joshua for instance. He wanted to come to the US and give them a spectacular performance to increase his stakes in the US and hopefully maybe secure some of the big venues in the US to make the fight happen. But unfortunately, it didn't go like that for him, right? But then he himself said that the experience that he enjoyed in the US was amazing, So, and I've had a lot of UK fighters on my show on K-Box TV show, And they all say that the ultimate for some of them is just to fight in the US. Because the US fighting fans, they are different, The fighting fans, they come and, Top Rank has been doing this thing like for years, BBC for years. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, USA is the thing. USA is the thing.
well, a quick plug-in for K-Box. If you don't follow K-Box TV, look him up on Facebook and also on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. K-Box TV. He follows everything boxing. You're gonna love his content and everything that he brings. Yeah, I mean, Kofi, I understand you that boxing is made in the US. Now, do you think Garcia? Every promoter has, for lack of a better word, a cash cow, a boxer that they promote that actually rakes in the money. Do you think Garcia is that for Golden Boy?
I think yes. I think he's been protected a little bit, a little bit.
I mean, are there other boxers in their stable that can boast?
Yeah, I think
social media.
For social media, no. I think that's why he's the King Ryan, because when they give Canelo a lot of money on Golden Boy Promotions, I think he was the next, because of course, come on, the world now is being run by social media. If the people love you and anybody promoter wants to help promote you, then it makes the job way easier. If nobody knows you, then nobody wants to pay like the ticket at the gate, and nobody wants to come watch even at the pay-per-view around the world. So that is how boxing has become. The social media is helping promoters to be able to, reach like a lot of people through their fighters. So if your fighter is able to already promote himself, and it makes the work way easier. And that's why we have to give credit to Ryan Garcia for making his work easier for Oscar De La Hoya.
Now, I heard something recently. I don't know if you have heard. Have you heard that the show is sold out?
Yeah, of course, it should be sold out. It's Ryan. it's Ryan, See, it's just like coming to Ghana and saying Game Boy is fighting Ryan. I tell you, it will sell because we are coming to watch Game Boy.
You're right.
We are not coming to watch Ryan Garcia. We are coming to watch Game Boy. And this time, Ryan Garcia is in his country, with his people, and that is where even he has more of the following. I expect it to be sold out.
You're right, and this kind of will segue a little bit into boxing in general and Ghana boxing, and we'll come back finally with the Garcia.
Now let me make this statement.
Okay.
With this selling out event, if Game Boy is able to deliver like we're expecting him to deliver, with the fighting fans there, I tell you, on the night, he's going to go home as not just a winner, but winning the hearts and souls of many people people are not just there to watch Ryan Garcia win. Some of them are really coming there to watch him lose. And those who are coming there to watch him lose, he'll be able to win them and transform them, and then they'll go spread the word like in town that, hey, this is a new kid, just like Kambosos did when he went to New York and was able to deliver. And all of a sudden, if you check Kambosos' social media from the time you won till now, I mean, it's done like unbelievable numbers, So that's the thing. If he's able to deliver on the night, you don't just win the fighting fans' heart. I mean, your following and everything goes high, and then other promoters would like to get on board to work with you.
And you're right. That makes me want to ask you this question I was saving for later. But before I ask that question, I want to make a point before I forget that in this era of social media, African and Ghanaian boxers need to take advantage of it. When I was recently browsing Instagram and I saw that Garcia has the blue mark, he's checked. Compared, and then Emmanuel Tagoe is not, so meaning he's not verified. That goes a long way to help. So that's a side note. Now the other question, would you say that based on what you said? Or you wanted to say something about the blue?
Yeah, I mean, with the verification thing, I think our Ghanaian or the people in Africa handling our social media in our space have not done justice to African fighters. I just have to be honest. I think two or 3 days ago, Isaac Dogbe got his verified on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it. But then I could see the excitement. He tagged is it Mr. something something. I think he's the director for Twitter in Africa. And then after, I think he asked a question, and then Azedugbe responded, and that led to him getting him the verification tick. But that's the thing, our fighters themselves are not even like outspoken and very engaging on social media to let these people who are handling our social media business in Africa even know that, oh, this is him, oh, that is him, So I think, like you're saying, we really urge African fighters to really get interactive, especially on these social media platforms. Let their voice be heard, let their videos be seen, let their photos be seen, like, because we write and talk about them, and that's it. It just sits on our platforms and nobody else knows who and where he can even track you to go like, oh, maybe I want to have you on my show. Because not everybody will be able to have a number, but everybody will be able to go on social media and then look you up and then be able to link up with you and then maybe have an interview with you. So it's something I really encourage and back you on that, Doctor, that our fighters need to really take advantage of social media.
Yes, and that's a great point, and that's what I wanted to make that. But from everything that you said, what point that you were trying to make is that essentially this is a make or break for Tego.
I agree.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree, 100%. He's done it, right? But then nobody. If I say nobody, I'm not saying we in Ghana seeing him. We have no. If I say nobody, I mean the world. The stage has been set. Those are the people that, like, the movers, the shakers of boxing. So they are the people I'm saying that nobody really know. I mean, I think he himself agrees, because he on the interview he said that because you people don't know me, like, it is easy for you to say like this guy is going to win, but then when I come, I'm going to show you the Ghanaian pepe. So he has to really show them the Ghanaian pepe. So essentially, like I say, it is a make or break for him. And he even went on to say that if he loses this fight, he's not going to fight again. So
wow.
Yeah, so you should know how big he is seeing this fight.
I didn't hear that part, but that's serious. That's serious.
Yeah,
so let's talk a bit about, I mean, we have been hinting on it, but let's talk a bit about Ghana boxing. Tego, again, in his recent interview, he spoke about how even though he has all the records, he has several title belts, he's still considered the underdog, and Ryan is considered the A-class boxer. What do you think is happening, and why is it difficult for Ghanaian and African boxers to get out of where they are to the level of the now Tego, Comes, Dobe? Why do you think? What do you think is the issue there?
I say it's a lot of factors. One being that our fighters do not get opportunity, like, at a very early stage in their careers to get international fights. So it's very difficult for them to be able to break through at, I would say, in their prime, or what's supposed to be their prime time. So thankfully for people like Dogbe, like I say, his father was able to get the media behind him, get the right team behind him. At Amura, they came help him, and got him to the US, help him get through to top rank, and was able to showcase his talent at a very young age. I think he's the youngest world champion that we have in Ghana. Talking about Richie Comey, he was able to get somebody who really loves him, wanted to work with him. I'm talking about Mickey Mo Amobediako, and it was able to, take him there. And, the trust that the two of them have is also one thing that I feel like has also helped them to be able to achieve the glory that they've been able to achieve. Now, Game Boy is fortunate to have, or I'll say he was very fortunate to have Asamoah Gyan to come on his side, because Asamoah Gyan was the person who even made him the IBU world champion. But then that fight was staged in Ghana, and so the disadvantage is that we didn't have, or we don't have people like ESPN and Fox, and then how do you call it, the PBCs, Showtime, and all those guys to be able to break through to those angles and go like, okay, even though the fight is happening in Ghana, people somebody in the USA can sit behind the screen and watch him. You know, we don't have that. So maybe a GTV or UTV or KBox TV will be able to stream, or STV will be able to stream their event. But then it says just within Ghana. Few times we've seen promoters get their show on DSTV, you know, where where people in Africa were able to watch the fight, but it doesn't happen regularly, you know. So one time it happens, the next time it doesn't happen. So there's no consistency. But shout outs to all the promoters in Ghana that are making things happen, because we know how difficult it is to promote in Ghana, and the fact that most of them don't even make money after doing their shows. And I'm speaking to a Power Promotions boss, so I know you already know what I'm saying, like, and how the dynamics goes as far as like promotions in Ghana is concerned. So I think it's a lot of factors, like I'm saying. They don't get the right managers. Some of the fighters are also not very honest and truthful from the beginning, you know, in dealing with some of the promoters and the managers that come into their life. And also, I feel like like in Game Boy situation, he has the visa. He didn't have to wait for a top rank or how do you call it, Golden Boy to send him the details before you got him to the US to go train. You know, so those are things that as a manager you prepare ahead. You know, you take your fighters on tour, they fight, you know, and then because there's a phrase in the US, and I know you know that how do you call it? Champions are made in the gym. So before we even see like Ryan Garcia, let me use this. Before we even see a fight like Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis, they've already sparred many times in the TMT, you know, in Las Vegas. So they've already had a feel of each other even before they go into the ring. An interview with I think who's this? Is it? I've forgotten this guy's name, but it was just recent. He was saying that if a fight happens between him and then I've forgotten. He said it's just about this guy, Errol Spence. He was asked if he would fight Charlo if he moved, like at a point in his career. He said that yeah, even though he's his friend, there are some things you have to break bread. And I understand they need to make the money. And those two guys are names that everybody in Texas will go and watch because they are the pride of Texas.
Yep.
You get what I mean?
Yep.
So it is what it is. When it gets there, they will cross that. Oh, he's my friend. Sell the fight. I know that they make the money, go sit back and be friends again. So I think it's a lot of factors, like I'm saying. It's not just. You know, Doc.
What I want to emphasize that you did hit a little bit on is relationships are important. The current A-class boxers for Ghana that are out there, the Kombis, Dogbe, and Game Boy,
they are very loyal to their team.
Exactly. That is the one theme that is running through all of them in terms of consistency.
Now, Doc, let's mention this very clear to fighters in Africa. It just needs to be clear. The world is very big, yes, but the boxing world is very small.
Yes.
The person that you are talking to is talking to somebody who's trying to put you on, is talking to somebody else, and is talking to somebody to get you on that big platform. So if you sign a management deal or a promotions deal with, let's say, Alex Nchamwa, and you're talking behind his back and then signing all to, like, say, Probellum, you just end up messing up your career, because at the end of the day, the problem that you are even speaking to them to get you on board, they're already working with Alex Nchamwa. So what if Alex tells them that this guy can be trusted just because of XYZ and because of the relationship that you had, that you're trying to even bypass them and go onto that level? And don't forget, the guy in the US or the guy in the UK or Germany or wherever in the world that you're trying to speak to come help your career, he doesn't know you. But he's worked with, let's say, somebody like the Alex before, somebody like the Mr. Mwakons before, like somebody like the Isaacs before. So because of the relationship that they have with those people that they've already worked with, then it's easy for them to go like, I'll take his word over you. Yes, you are the fighter, but as long as boxing goes, it is always going to be a relationship business. So always stay loyal with the person that is helping your career, and that way it will make things move smooth and very easy for you.
And then, I mean, you have said all that I wanted to say. Time is fast spent, but it's a great point, because I remember when I went to the Kome Lomachenko show in New York, the type of people I met, and you realize that everybody knows everybody.
Yes.
So you cannot make a mistake and think you are talking behind somebody's back or trying to make a deal and someone is not going to verify.
Exactly.
You speak to Peter Khan. Peter Khan knows Golden Boy. Peter Khan knows is talking to DeBella. Someone is talking to Bob Arum. And they also have other people under them that you may not even know.
Exactly.
So that loyalty and staying true is very important. And at the end of the day, boxing is a business. So the business is always going to come first, even if you got the talent.
Right.
If you got a talent and nobody knows you, believe me, nobody is going to take the chance on you and promote you. So you have to know the business aspect as well.
I agree.
I didn't because of time. I mean, there's a lot of things that we have to discuss about boxing in general in Africa and Ghana. But I would just want us to summarize it in a little bit. What do you think of Ghana boxing right now? But before that, I want you to think about that. You said champions are made in the ring, right?
In the gym.
The gym.
Yeah.
Now, recently, the president of the Ghana Boxing Authority, Mr. Abraham Koteniko, said that boxing money is made outside Ghana. I don't think he was lying because you did allude to that boxing is in the US. So money in boxing is really made outside Ghana. That's just the truth. However, a little bit of controversy. Ghanaian boxers currently apparently cannot fight in Great Britain because of an issue that that's the fight that the GBA and other stakeholders are still working on. What is your advice, knowing that Ghana money in boxing is made outside Ghana? How do you see Ghana boxing now, and what is your advice on how to make some of that money that is made outside Ghana?
I think first of all, the statement that the president made is not 100% true, and it's not also 100% false, because we live in Ghana, and even if we don't live in Ghana, we are all privy to the information that $1.7 million has been pumped into a league in Ghana. So if $1.7 million has been pumped into a league in Ghana, I expect at least some of the boxers to be able to, be a little bit comfortable. 1.7 million will do a lot of change in boxing, if especially in Ghana. And I know you agree with me on that.
Oh, definitely.
So I mean, I don't know how much they're paying the fighters, but then I heard something around 600 cedis. He said it was 1,000, and then he would come down to less than 600 because of their split between the trainer and then the gym and then also the fighter, and all coming from the fighter's 1,000 Ghana cedis. And I found it a little bit worrying, because if I divide 1.7 or if I multiply 1.7, as at the time that they got the deal, I was expecting them to make somewhere around, the boxers to make around somewhere around 2,000 or more than $200 per fight, at least, more than $200 or something like that, So that would have taken away the statement that he said that you can't make money in Ghana as a fighter.
Are you alluding that he made that comment to say that the money being made in the PBL is not where the money is, or in general? I mean, I think you would agree that in general, even if you are the best boxer in Ghana, what you'll be paid in Ghana, regardless whether it's the league or on another promoter, it's not really where you are going to make your money in boxing.
But the truth is, Buko Manku made a very big money in Ghana, from Ghana. You get what I mean?
Okay.
When how do you call it? What's his name? Alex Ntama put him on his show.
With whom? Powers?
No, Basti.
Okay.
It was a very good money. He had all the sponsors coming on board, and he really paid him a very good money.
I see where you're going with this.
The figures weren't disclosed, but if you are close to Alex and he tells you how much, I can't disclose the figure, but if you speak to Alex, he'll tell you that he really paid him well. So well that even prior to the fight, he had already given him a lot of money even before the time. So it's possible for us to make it possible in Ghana. Boxing, like I say, is business. if you're able to get the right investors, the right people to advertise on the platform, because that's what boxing is about, advertisement. If you're able to get them on the shows, then we can be able to pay the fighters very well. So the reason I'm saying that it's a true statement and it's a false statement is that I was the false part is that he made 1.7 million from, or he's making 1.7 million, or was able to get 1.7 million from Ghana. He didn't get it from Britain, or he didn't get it from Togo.
He's in Ghana.
He didn't, but the money is coming from Ghana. So that's why I'm saying that it is a false statement. If you're able to source 1.7 million in Ghana, then it means the fighters can be able to make a lot of money in Ghana. Only one institution is giving $1.7 million. Another institution can give you maybe more than $1.7 million.
If you get 10 institutions, that's a lot of money for Ghana boxing and boxers and trainers and everybody else.
You know what I mean?
I see where you are coming from with that. I guess you are saying what I'm getting here is that money can still be made in Ghana and it will be sustainable for Ghanaian boxers. Yes, they may not make $1.7 million or $10 million like they are making in America, but if a boxer is making even $10,000 per an event, that's a lot of money for Ghana boxing. So I understand what you mean by that statement.
Doc, who even says that a fighter is living in Ghana is going to make like on a night like $50,000 and it's consistent? It's not going to be like that. If I know for a fact, I can say that Richard Latte made some good money on the how do you say it, with Frank Warren side when he went to fight Du Bois. I'm hearing he had issues with his managers and everything there, but then he was really paid a very good money. And even him, he didn't make $100,000 or £100,000. If you pay a Ghanaian fighter fighting in Ghana $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, you are paying him an equally good amount of figure he would have gone to go fight in Germany or go fight in this Russia's. If you speak to some of these fighters that go fight in Russia, Belarus, and all those places, it's not like they're going. It's not like they're going there and they're making like $50,000 or $70,000. You know, it's always below, some around 20,000. You know, 15,000, 10,000, and it's doable. We should be able to pay that fighters that amount of money in Ghana. So I don't know exactly what the president was putting in their mind. If he's talking about $1 million, $2 million, it's possible. We paid Chris Brown $1 million to come performing at the Accra Sports Stadium in Ghana.
You are talking about Chris Brown.
That's what I'm saying. We paid.
So you are saying there's money in the system. We got to put the right things in place to find them.
He said the president's words are that we can't pay that money. You shouldn't expect that money in Ghana, which I feel like is false, because we've paid a lot of people, or we've paid stars, celebrities that have come perform in Ghana a huge amount of money. When Cardi B was in Ghana, you know how much they gave Cardi B to come just pass through or come back to America. You know, so the money is there. It's just that we've not been able to attract the right
tap into them.
Exactly, to be able to sell them. And if the president knows that fighters are not going to make a lot of money, and because of that they have to go to like the States and then the UK to go compete, then it should make things easy for promoters. It should make things easy for matchmakers. It should make things easy for managers. You know, not he shouldn't make things difficult for them. Like sometimes you speak to some of these people and like that's the impression that's just happening in like back home. You know, you need to make the thing a little bit like more attractive, you know, so that the people who are dealing in this kind of business will not go get their business shut in UK. Now fighters can go in UK. Imagine if a manager has all his links in the UK. It means he's not going to break bread for as long as this BBB of C thing is going to drag between them and Ghana. You get what I mean? And like you said, boxing is business and it's a relationship. What if the person in UK who's supposed to connect into, let's say somebody in the US has not been able to create that link yet? It means the person will not, the manager there is going to be really stuck and then have all his investments stuck in Ghana. So I'll really play with him to open things up.
We don't have a lot of time, but you did make a point about making things easy for promoters. The truth is, promoters make boxing. And that is it everywhere. Promoters make boxing. Yesterday I was I was listening to a podcast with Lou DiBella on, and he made a very good business point. And I think that all Ghanaian promoters or African promoters listening to this should take a note. He said that sometimes it's not easy for one promoter, especially in the Western world, where they have to pay boxers significant amount of money and in the millions. Promoters come together to make shows happen. Promoters come together to make good fighters fight each other. And I think that, and I wasn't surprised, because if you look at Lou's promotion, I say strategies, he's always collaborating with other promoters, top rank, to make things happen. And I think that Ghanaian promoters should take a note from that book and try to do things, because that really helps put on good shows, put on good promotions with different resources. And I think that we should take a note from that.
Collaborations is the way to go. You know, if, for instance, I'm hearing some fights, Tevin Farmer and Bay in Ghana and everything, I'm asking myself, who's the local promoter behind it? These are that you really want to see.
I didn't see a local promoter on it, and
exactly.
that was very surprising.
And that's a red flag for me. You know, I've seen it. I've seen the poster, and in fact, the place that I saw the announcement from, it came with a lot of controversies, and so that's why I didn't post it on my platform, because usually people take our word for what we post, and then they go like, "Oh, you said this is going to happen, and this is not going to happen." So I wanted to see the interactions change and the narratives on that particular place change before I post on my platform. But yeah, it is what it is. Like Alex is doing with Probellum. Anytime that he's trying to promote his fight, that collaboration is there, it makes it happen. I was making an example in a group not too long ago that we should look at Camboso's fighting in Australia. It's a local promoter plus Lou DiBella, and then all those guys coming together to make it happen. You know, so it's very important, especially for us in Ghana. You know, the collaboration will really help. You know, that's why I really commend the old Ghana president. I won't lie, Peter Duenes. I really love the style of promotions when he brought in the Bukum Boxing Fist of Fury. You know, they foot for them, what they did was they foot the bills of all the logistics, and then you, the promoter, comes in with your card, and then you make it happen for them. You see what it means? So
yeah, so the promoters were involved. There wasn't just one promoter working with the GBA like it is currently.
So today it could be your like Ace Power Promotions doing the event. The next time it's going to be like Ace Power doing the event with the GBA. You know, so come on, man.
And that's
the way to go.
That gets everyone out there, because
who knows
how
Ace
long
Power
this...
has look, Ace Power has some fighters. Box office has some fighters. You understand? It is a stable.
Has some fighters.
Kabik has his stable. You don't expect that Kabik should just put Alote in on anybody's card. You won't do that.
Yes.
You understand? Holly won't just go and fight on anybody's card. You won't do that. You understand?
This is the business aspect that we are lacking.
Exactly.
In Africa.
Alfred Lante will not just go. Unless we say Alfred Lante, okay, I'm just going to put him. He won't do that. That is his cash cow, like we are saying. That is your cash cow. That is Alote's Kabek's cash cow. He won't just put him on anybody's platform and help you sell at the disadvantage of him being a promoter, because that's why he's also in business.
Yeah.
You know, so when the GBA brought the Fist of Fury, that collaboration, it was very sweet. It was marvelous. You know, we saw Fight Ready Promotions put Wasiru on the card. You know, all those things. Alexis Tiamwa had box office put his fighters also on that particular.
Everybody got a piece of the pie. And
exactly.
And the other thing also is that when promoters work together, and it's not just one promoter. For example, if Ace is putting Holy
like
on,
you did with Robert.
Yes, exactly. And let's say someone else is putting. You can always come to an agreement with different clauses where even when your fighter loses, you know there could be a chance of a rematch. So
exactly,
that's how you do the business of boxing.
Exactly.
Why would Ace Power Promotions put Holy on? And what if Holy goes to lose on the PBL? What is the chance of him getting another shot? Then it's just a loss on their records.
I look at this PBL, which is a good initiative, but I feel
Kofi, I think if we talk about the PBL, we are not going to end today.
Right.
Let's shelve it for another time. We're going to have time, but let's end it here. What would be your last advice for Tego going into the fight this Saturday with Garcia?
I think you should know that every Ghanaian is on his side, and a lot of Ghanaians will be watching him. His lovers and his doubters, everybody will be watching him. He should make Asamajan proud. He should make his trainers in Ghana proud. He should make himself proud.
Peter Khan.
And he should make Peter Khan proud. He should continue the narrative that Peter Khan is bringing in fighters that are going to shock the world, and that will be one thing that is really going to help boost, his stock or his stakes in the US, and hopefully get more opportunity for us to see him fight. I think my last word to Tego will be like, but if Balele, I know shock word there could you offend or family. Okay, me share it Ghana. Koni many your US America she was share Ghana. She more boxing na few Ghana. Opportunity keke ni one tower. Boni bobo more no now like opportunity match on like she. No ko papa Ghana. No come and talk fighters here. I'm never Ghana. That's all I think I can tell him. And for him to throw lights on the African fighters, he has the opportunity to take us a step closer to the big promoters.
I love that advice, and I don't think I can top that. One thing I want to say is that hey, either way we're going to get paid, so you better win and also get paid at the same time.
Right.
Thank you for listening, Ace TV fans. We're going to do this again another time. Thank you, Kofi, for your time. Everybody, don't forget to follow K-Box TV on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and also Twitter. I love you all. Hopefully we come out with a win against Garcia. Bye-bye.